Hello, everybody. Good morning. It's Dave Neal, stand-up comic and host of Bachelor Nation News. We have an update from the Bachelorette. The episode 4, is it already, is tonight, and that's when things start to get a little spicy. I'll have a preview of that episode for you, but first, a family of Sam beefing with producers, flat out calling them out on their Facebooks and Instagrams, and I don't know if you're going to know my take or not, but I'll tell you right now, I love it. I absolutely love it. The family didn't sign the contract, right? They can say and do whatever they want, and I enjoy a family that sticks up for one of their own. Looking at you, Tino Franco's dad, right? So anyhow, I'm going to share this and exactly what they're beefing about. There may be a spoiler. So if you don't want spoilers, there may be one. I'm actually not entirely sure. I haven't read all of the content here, but we're going to get into it. So tonight's the episode. As I said, we'll have our recap up for you in the morning. I've got a big announcement I'm actually going to make right now. On the afternoon episode of the Rush Hour podcast today, I'm going to share the link for those looking to submit for the teacher's wish list. Every fall, we do a teacher's wish list where we help out 24 different teachers in our community get the school supplies they need. We're going to have a preference for first-time people that haven't been blessed with the donations from our audience. But if you want to get that link, it's going to be on the afternoon rush hour. You're going to have to go find it on podcast apps. Please, while you're over there, subscribe, but that's where it'll be, okay? So anyhow, Sam's the obvious villain that they're editing the show, editing him out to be on the show. He posted this, and I was trying to I was like, what does this mean? I was like, wind and mirrors, fart and mirrors. Smoke and mirrors. So that's his way of saying everything you see is not what it actually is, which, by the way, I agree with, but the audience isn't buying it. But that's because even when presented with evidence that the show will continuously turn people into villains when they're, not Mother Teresa, but just normal people. Even when the show continuously does this season after season, we still get outraged. It's very interesting. One of Hannah's one of Sam's sisters said, "Let's see all the footage, Bachelorette. I'm waiting. Tick tock, tick tock." They also said, "I'm ready for Bachelor to show all the context they've left out. But then, who would be the villain?" True. So they're of the belief that their, brother, cousin, I don't know what the relationship is. I think it's their brother, Sam, was edited with malicious intent, which we know that's what the show does. Seth McKinney said, "Crazy how they can cut out so much detail to make a person look shallow while making others look like a king." So that's what's on the edit. The edit doesn't just knock people down. It also makes other people seem better than they are. You might take someone like Grocery Store Joe, edit him to be this amazing guy, and then the next season you edit him to be this bad guy, and it's like, we love him, we hate him. What's the truth? The truth is we're being kind of sold how to think. And as much as I have faith for all of our critical thinking skills, when we watch a show like this, it goes out the window. I'm not defending Sam at all for what he may have said or done on the show. I'm just saying, people's arguments will go, "Yeah, but we heard it with our own two eyes." Nah, I don't even care what you heard with your own two eyes. Ears. The point is that they're on the show under duress, they're in heightened situations, and they can never get to all the content that is recorded, and they never share it, right? They'll never share who actually leaked that someone was an escort, or they'll never share the nuance to a conversation that was cut short. But the comment sections just take the bait. What the hell are they talking about? Sorry, did he not act like a bully? How'd they get the footage in the first place then? I know the show is heavily edited, but, well, at that point, if the show's heavily edited, then throw the rest out the window. But I can't imagine more footage would make him look better. He's looked like a dick every second he's been on screen. Well, he did get Jen's first impression rose, so you have to argue if Jen has decent intuition, there was something she really liked about the guy. Someone said, "Not the farts and mirrors. My cat with IBS when she sees her reflection." All right, very good. So do they not realize the producers are still editing the show? Now they don't have to hold anything back. They can make him look even worse. Yeah, the producers are kind of editing the show, but also it's kind of like, it's probably picture locked. So I believe now, when it gets to Facebook that the boomers got involved. Love our boomers. But now we get to what the parents said. And thank you to BachelorNation.scoop for sharing this. We love our friend Scoopy over there. Sam's parents and family took to Facebook and Instagram comments to defend him and his character against his Bachelorette edit. Again, this might be a spoiler. I'm not entirely sure. But with all of the stink going on from Sam, you would have to believe he doesn't win, right? You would have to believe that. I actually don't know. I've read the spoilers, but the Dunbar principle, names, it's out the window. I'm over it. Susan said this: there is nothing real about reality TV. Agreed. To destroy someone's character and manipulate the truth through editing is wrong on so many levels. Agreed. Isn't it interesting that the first night favorite is now being made into the villain? Yes. There are several spoilers out there for who she chooses in the end that you can Google for yourself. Sam is a good guy, regardless of how he is betrayed, and I will no longer sit idly by and not speak up. Hey, Bachelorette, it's called free speech. At least mine is honest, which is more than they can say. USA. No, but she's not wrong. She's sticking up for her guy, her son, saying, look, it's wrong the way they do this. Now, I know it's wrong and I consume it, and that's okay. It's almost like having dessert, right? Sugar's bad for you, but you still want it once in a while. But I would never eat the dessert and then get mad at the dessert. How dare you, brownies, turn my belly into a bowl of jelly? No, I know that I ate the dessert and it was bad and I have to pay the price for it or whatever, or work out a little harder the next day. But we are all consuming the show, getting all mad at the outcome, and we're not acknowledging that it's really not real. And even if Sam was an a-hole, and even if he did say some certain things, he's just like everyone else, fried, traveling with a group of people on a high control cult-like show, doing the best he can. Would Sam be my first choice for a guy to go on a fishing outing with? I don't know. Would I probably have a good time with him because I tend to have a good time with just about anybody I hang out with because most people are trying the best with the info they have and I'm not that abrasive? Yes. Sam's dad. I choose my words wisely, which, by the way, I love Facebook. I just love. I have sat idly by. So they've both been idle. They've both been just throttled on the idle. Burning gasoline. I sat idly by this week watching my son, a complete wreck on how he was portrayed. Sam has mostly been the favorite with the first impression rose. The spoiler was revealed, and in my opinion, the network had to paint Sam as this horrendous guy in order for Jen not to look like a complete idiot. Okay, that's a little biased, but that's fine. He's allowed to have his bias. Now, I know why the network offers free counseling for 1 year after the show. I feel this episode was all fabricated with cut and paste sentences and scenes. Can't change what he said and how he said it, but they can change the scene, script, and context and totally change the delivery. That's the way I feel. Feel free to share this. Hashtag stand with Sam. The McKinneys will not be besmirched. Listen, I said this about Tino's dad when they fight it. On one end, it looks bad to fight the edit on the bigger picture because it's like, oh boy. But on the other, like, this is their family. This is a guy that they love. I would wish if I was being smeared that I would have parents stick up for me. I don't know if my parents would just because of their lack of social media use, but I would think that people would stick up for my character and go, no, this is absolutely wrong. Meanwhile, the comments are, sort of feeding into exactly what you would expect they would feed into, which is, well, I'll get to, they feed into this idea that, hey, it's kind of like a he's asking for it type of vibe, right? But someone does say, actually, I personally know someone that was on one of the seasons not long ago, and she said they seriously do twist and edit. She said they would splice out part of a sentence so it appears different than said. No, and whoever Jen chooses might not be, like they said, the king they make him out to be. He might be rolling in the mud as much as Sam is. I don't know. But let's go to what Steph has to say from She's All Batch. Again, there may be some spoilers here. Have a listen.
Sam M, tell me you don't win The Bachelorette without telling me you don't win The Bachelorette. So not only is this guy clearly very unhappy with the way he's being portrayed on the show. I mean, he started as a frontrunner and now he's slowly found himself in the villain role. His family now is also weighing in on social media and making it clear that they are not happy with the way he's looking on TV.
And by the way, I think I'm not giving Sam a pass. Like I hate that I have to defend myself, but people will like cherry pick things you say here, and I'm known to make a nice lengthy video. I hate when they call people bullies and say they're gaslighting. I hate all that. It's so annoying. We just don't know what led to them being called that. And a bully is someone who relentlessly kind of instigates and terrorizes another person. And we can't honestly say we watched the whole season or, all the footage to really know.
So not only did Sam post this on a TikTok video that said that he and Thomas N were being bullies on the show.
Most felt like that, and rightfully so, said Sam. I even felt like that. It was incredibly disheartening to be portrayed in that fashion. Hopefully at the tell-all, the truth will come out. And then he said, and legally, I'm not allowed to speak on it, and now I'm figuring out why.
Those comments have been deleted, by the way. But also now his family members are commenting on other various posts demanding ABC release the full footage of these conversations with these men. Because apparently, if we see the full footage, we will no longer think Sam is the villain.
Sure, Jan.
And look, my biggest issue with this is that this doesn't really scream man who's happily engaged to Jen.
True.
It screams guy that goes home bitter and is unhappy with the way things are unfolding.
Well, but I would argue, God bless She's All Batch, huge fans of the show. What great ladies they are. Can they hold their liquor in the cabana when you're out in Vegas? Maybe not. But we love them regardless. I don't know if any of his bitterness has to deal with whether he gets dumped by Jen or not. It's that he's watching the show back and seeing himself being made the villain. Nobody likes being mischaracterized. We talked about this with Kat Izzo, and I actually respect, I respect people that fight it. I really do. Bachelor Data said people need to read their contracts before signing and going on the show. I don't disagree, but that's like shitty advice when you're in the fire. Like, you brought a fire extinguisher into the fire. It's like, thank you. I know I should have read the contract. But at the same time, people read the contracts and have good faith that they're not going to be edited a certain way. So I understand the point. But She's All Batch posts here. As always, please remember this is an edited TV show made for entertainment and nobody should be sending hate to anyone. And that's what it comes down to is the show makes you look a certain way and then the haters come out and they leave comments on your Facebook alumni page and all this, all the dumb, they get to you.
So while I understand being unhappy with how things are playing out, it is also low-key spoiling the show. And I think we can all cross Sam M off of our winner list. What's it called? Oh, bracket.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he's spoiling it. But also, I also think this type of content is actually better for loyal viewers of the show. I'd love to know what you guys think, but if we're going to be completely honest here, I'm really busy today, so I'm probably not going to read the comments because they tend to get more and more divisive. I mean, go to my Instagram page today. Yikes. We got 1 million views over the weekend of people. Actually, you know what? The Instagram video that went viral over the weekend actually had more or less about 95% of people agreeing with me. But the internet is a place where people go to fight. And all I have to say to you, if you're getting ready to send an angry message, is go to therapy. Okay, we've all got problems. Maybe just go on a nice walk and maybe, volunteer at the dog shelter. That'll help you feel good. All right, we'll have more content coming your way. And don't forget the Rush Hour podcast. If you're a teacher or know a teacher who wants to submit to be on our teacher wish list, get on the Rush Hour podcast today. It'll be the one day I share the link because I know it's going to get filled up. All right, we'll see you then.